Hey guys, Tyre here bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Rechnaya Pereprava. And today spawning on the right we have Deathcore, playing as Okodobi, and as well as Luftwaffe ground forces, special operations, and Firestorm. Southeastern on the left we have Elpern, playing as Soviets who has guard motor coordination, Airborne troops, and urban defense. In terms of rankings, Alpern round rank 35 with Soviets, and Deathcore round rank the high 50s, I think it was. So yeah, pretty evenly matched. Slight edge to Alpern. Full conscript start from him so far. I always wonder about this map. Like, what is the best early capping order? Slight delay here with this one. Looks like Alpern going for a split offensive here because if you do run into the stern pioneers on one edge and you get forced away, and they could easily force away two squads. All these close quarters corners on this map in the building. Having a unit on the other side of the map to potentially open up that fuel point instead seems wise. But yeah, I still don't really know what I think at least is the optimal capping order on this map in particular. I'm facing it against Okodobi. But I do think this is a pretty good map for a M3A1 with a flamer inside. It's a little bit strange we're not seeing that from Alpern, but yeah, conscript start, pretty standard stuff as well. We're just going folks. Down some early sandbags on that VP.
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
Nothing too aggressive so far. Stern Pioneers haven't really had a chance to flex their muscles. And now I've got a pretty good fighting force on the battlefield for Alpern, and he's running right down onto the cutoff and setting up a sandbag on there, but we go, oops. So coming in from the side, so he decides to cancel. Oh, and he left the cutoff slightly too early there. Big mistake from Alpern. Focusing down the stern piers as they close in and oorahing away to try and keep this engagement going. Conscript still taking big damage. Stern Pioneers don't want those on the move penalties, so trying to stay stationary, but they're getting forced off by the other wave of conscripts coming in from the side. But Deathcore still connected, and he's having his fourth Falk arrive now, so might be able to fight this one off, especially with this very strong cover position he has here. It's pretty good damage, and yeah, forces away that one. These guys just need to get involved over here as quickly as they can. Should close the distance with this squad. Yeah, here they come now. And stopping in that position, focusing down that one first. Oh, we've got another Fox Trinity coming in from the other side. So yeah, that started off as a very promising push there from Alpern, but the I feel like there's a little bit of waste of munitions, and leaving the cutoff there right as it was about to complete to, I don't know, run over and start shooting at the stern pioneers more. That was a bit of a blunder, so a few slight errors there for Alpern in the early engagements. Get mine going off there. There's another one up there. Interesting, they did go for, two mines first instead of going for the flamethrower. Very common to see that. The conscript start like this. Flame as early as you can possibly get it. And we are at a timing where Alpern could consider putting down his tier 2 tech here. Just so that in future when it comes to tech up tier 3, he doesn't have to put tier 2 down first and cause massive delays to his tech timings. Instead, he's going out onto the battlefield with them, which, considering that they don't have the flamethrower, I feel just isn't that important to his fighting strength. Charging in here. Got to be aware of an incendiary grenade when you're this bunched up at this kind of timing. That's exactly what we saw from Deathcore. But he managed to dodge it pretty effectively, didn't take too much damage, and turned around to fight these combat engineers briefly, which was a big mistake from Deathcore this time. The conscript is getting close, and there we go, Flamer does pop, and now the Fox Trinity is in some big trouble. This one late on the retreat, crossing the road, could go down here to the conscripts. Very close. Ooh, does end up going down. Late on the retreat there from Deathcore. He is capping up here in the north, getting that fuel under control, but similar story in the south from Elpern. Of course, we do have a whole bunch of sandbags down everywhere as well. Mechanized is going to be the option from Deathcore as well. And he's got his sweeper up. Looks like he took care of this mine. So he's making a bit of a comeback. In spite of losing that squad, he's making some good moves. Now tier 2's going down for Elpern. Still going to be in a pretty reasonable timing for tier 3. This map as well, I feel like it's maybe beneficial to move it like slightly across to this side, but you don't want to be putting it, like, in my opinion, like right up here, potentially blocking the machine gun from partially covering the cutoff. So I like to put my tech structures like close to the side, but not blocking the MG, targeting this area here. But it looks like he's sending the flamer right back onto the battlefield and going for a Zis instead. He is right around that timing where he could just go straight into a T70, I feel. But maybe he's... Oh, this time Deathcore gets away with it. Very, very close call. But yeah, maybe he's worried about the incoming light vehicle, and so he's just going to try and knuckle down here instead. Hasn't ticked AT grenades though. And oh wow, dropping in some SVTs. Has gone for airborne troops. But none of these conscripts are sticking around to pick up the crate. And speaking of airdrops, Volkswagen going to come down. Let's go around here. Right on top of the Zis, in fact. A late retreat here from Deathcore again. Very risky on this map. You have to be aware with all those negative cover patches. And Volkswagen just ripping through the Zis. Popped a grenade on it there, and now it's decrewed. And the looks is on the battlefield. Elpern reacting to that, going for another Zis. As you can see here, you know, if he put down his tech and just be right there for a T70. Still, this doubles this action. And that's alright. What's not alright is Deathcore are going to be able to steal away this Zis here. And this is where Volkswagen can really shine. You know, before the conscripts are upgraded. They'll do some really good damage. So this is a strong timing for them. Same story with riflemen if they haven't ticked weapon racks yet. That's when Volkswagen really shine. Oh boy, yeah, took quite a lot of damage, has to get out of there. No AT grenades still. Still no AT grenades.
The sector has been cut off.
A mine went off up there. And those conscripts getting munched up by the looks. Didn't take too many model losses though, but a lot of health damage, a lot of healing required. And oh, that was a long range scatter shot. Very lucky one there for Elpern. Yeah, trying to play conservatively with your manpower. You know, around this timing as Soviets, it is a big manpower crunch. Try and get your tech down. Potentially having to go for AT grenades. But yeah, maybe you should stick around with one of these squads to get them fully healed at least. And dropping in some more SVT crates. Could lose his flamer here. Deathcore going for the chase. Got to get onto the road. No, not going to go for the wipe. He was a little bit late starting the chase. If his Sturmpanies were right on top of the road as they were crossing, I think he could have got it. Another mine getting triggered there. looks okay. It's heading up there now, but it's going to run right past the path of the ZIS. Looks like it's having its sight blocked. The attack ground attempts by Alpern. Here we go. SVT conscripts just charging head on into the STG Volks. The Volks were lower in health. Will they be able to win? It's a very, very close one. Oh, not conscripts have Vet 2. That will probably swing it in their favour.
Conscripts can now attack tanks with AT grenades.
Yeah, these SVT conscripts are so strong. I'm going to run in on a 5-man squad like that and still end up winning. Unfortunately, I drop right next to the conscripts though. Forcing them away. So 2 squads of Volksjäger for Deathcore. That is a big investment. But he can afford that investment because he's stolen the ZIS. So he's got an AT gun ready to counter the T-70. If he had to squeeze in a Raketen into his build, probably couldn't be able to afford this second squad of Volksjäger, but it's not how the game has gone so far. But speaking of how the game's gone so far, this Lux has done very little, honestly. I think ideally he'd be playing a bit more from flank to flank to flank. Well, there's no T-70 on the battlefield, but he spent a little bit too much time lingering around the centre, as this was. But yeah, still only with 3 kills, and I mentioned that like 2 or 3 minutes ago he had 3 kills, so not the best start for the Lux. But yeah, also a very late T-70 coming in for Alpern after losing that ZIS and having to rebuild it. Volksjäger doing a pretty good job against those combat engineers, but the next flame burst might have killed them all, so it was a well-timed retreat. And here we go, T-70 in the north. Oh boy, this could be trouble. Luckily, T-70 actually focusing on the building here. And not chasing in too deep, maybe worried about the ZIS. Which does connect with him for 1 shot, but he could have chased in for the kill there, honestly. And maybe the dropping of the second set of Volksjäger could have indicated that he's not going to be up against a Puma. So doesn't have to worry about Puma showing up and just ruining the T-70's day. Well, you can never take that kind of stuff for granted, it's just an indicator. But it's an indicator, you know, if you want to go in for a wipe like that, potentially get a big lead. Those are the kind of indicators that you look for as to whether it's safe or not. Grenade onto the ZIS. Good damage, and it's going to get decrewed. ZIS sitting up back here, opening up on the T-70. Doesn't quite get the second shot off though. Can he hold the line here? He should be maybe trying to kill this with the ZIS now. Conscripts. Oh, main gun crit on the T-70. Wow. And the Lux finally coming in now. So it's going to get crewed, but we still have quite a few units here. And there we go. Is this getting decrewed again? Can Alpern save it? Looks like he's going to go for the steal on it. This is super greedy stuff with the Dishka that was here earlier. We saw it suppressing the Volksjäger. That was just like incredibly greedy. Big mistake there by Deathcore. Oh boy. Oh no, he's in trouble, Volksjäger. Late retreat. He's trying to push it to the limit here. He's feeling the pressure. Conscripts are running in for the AT grenade, which would kill the Lux. But it looks like it's going to be able to get away there, and ultimately that ends up going super well for Deathcore. Oh no. Greedy bundle grenade onto the retreat ends up costing him his Volksjäger. And that's the thing, there's these roads right through the center of this map. Always have to worry about negative cover. Same with these rivers. Can lead to your squads getting wiped on retreat. That is final weapon crate for the final conscript that hasn't been upgraded yet. And while all that was going down though, Deathcore did put down his tech truck in a reasonably far forwards position, partially even covering the VP, definitely covering this cutoff. A very common position for it on this map. Though I have, got punished for putting it here in the past by like a mortar pit. Turns out to be pretty good to counter a Schwer, so you've got to be careful, especially against Brits, putting your truck there. Oh, could be a wipe. Is he going to chase to the road? Oh, it doesn't even need to. And down very, very fast. So wipes both ways here. 2 AT guns down for Elpern. I think 3 squads down for Deathcore. Somebody chasing. Is just sitting up. Pretty defensive position here. In fact, probably even covered by the OKW flak base. If it did get decrewed there, might be able to stop the conscripts from stealing it back. It's doing some nice damage. Fighting these conscripts well, but T70 dishing out on those sternplows out on negative cover, taking a whole bunch of damage as this. Slow to come back around to deal with this T70. Oh, and see, imagine if he set this up earlier, just like in this position, would have been the kill there, thanks to the extra bit of damage from the flak base. So you consider FG-42's now upgraded on the Fallschirmjäger. Oh man, was the conscript squad that died the one that didn't have the weapon crate upgrade? That's interesting. He's going to go for an extra set of combat engineers now. Oh, demo. Not going to get baited into that one. Flamer doing some nice damage though from behind heavy cover. Looks like it's going to be able to beat that squad. Here we go. Elpern coming to get these Fallschirmjäger once he's got 3 squads here. I'm going to try and take them on one at a time. And T70 up here now as well, looking for the wipe. A bit of body blocking from the conscripts. But they're staying pretty healthy, should be able to get away. Bit of a push through center, catches the Dishko off guard, has to retreat. And here we go, Panzer IV for Deathcore. Now he's got a lot of fuel, but has been investing his manpower elsewhere. So hasn't even put down his tech yet. So this Panzer IV is going to be a big issue for him. Oh boy, P4. That's T70. Oh, but misses the first shot, and T70 a little bit too nimble. Going to be able to get away. Elpern had lost the T70 there. He would be in deep, deep trouble, but he's hanging on, and looks like he is going to go for a second Zist to ounce this Panzer IV instead, try and tech up and quickly get out of tank. Of course, teching up and getting out of tank costs somewhere in the range of like 600 manpower, whereas it's getting a second AT gun is only 300 manpower, so it's a faster response, but delaying his armor even further.
We are losing territory.
And it's not like in this particular commander, he has like a heavy tank, like a KV-2 that he's trying to save up to get with all this fuel. Doing a nice job there suppressing. this? Oh, looks coming in on the side. With the second Zis is there. Not quite getting a shot on though. Gonna have to go for some attack ground shots. If I'm not great with the machine gun yet, which is a bit strange. And another squad of Fallschirmjäger dropped in here from Deathcore. Ooh, looks like they're taking a bit of friendly fire from the looks there as well. Just keep getting low. This barrage. Bundle grenade onto the Zis. Almost clears it off. T70 looking for the wipe on the Fallschirmjäger. Doesn't get it. Now P4 going hunting for the T70. T70 very low. And he gets it. Now has to contend with the Zis. And this is where having the extra machine gun upgrade will be super, super helpful in decrewing this AT gun up here. Oh boy, but it's driving right into the arc of a Fallschirmjäger. Their main gun crit. Oh boy. Oh, but the bundle grenade clears it just in time before it gets the killing blow off. And the combat engineers that were in this building went down on the road. Fallschirmjäger, oh boy. Oh, crossing the road again. They'll be very lucky if they escape this. And they do not. Nice chase down. Can't pick up the flame with the conscripts. So we already have the SVT upgrade. And now we're finally seeing a tick up from Elpern. Looks coming back in, hoping to keep Elpern under pressure. But he has to be very careful. Doesn't take long to lose a light vehicle to double AT guns. Does have the, oh, it looks like they just completed now the upgrade. A repair upgrade on the truck. Fallschirmjäger coming through, looking for the decrew on these AT guns. There's his AT gun. Okay, it's coming forward now. Always want to bring it along just to assist you in maybe killing the decrewed AT guns. If not, you know, supporting you against a freshly made Soviet tank. SVT conscripts doing a pretty good job. Should be able to overwhelm here. But Deathcore in a really nice position, triple cap running. EPs are draining off Elpern and fast. And I feel like this is kind of the impact of him just delaying his tech so much again and again and again. Trying to squeeze in that extra combat engineer with the sweeper earlier, kind of delaying his tech. Even like right at the start here, he had the opportunity to put down his tier 2 tech. And yeah, just going for the Zis as well instead of just going straight for the T70, which I thought, you know, given his early map control, he could have afforded. And now Deathcore right on top of him, but still very, very strange. He never upgraded the machine gun on the Panzer IV. Oh. Deathcore just has to pull the trigger on those retreats a lot earlier, just not accounting for this negative cover crossing. Man, those combat engineers are well equipped. Do they have a sweeper, SVTs, and a flamer now? They got everything. That's about the most well equipped squad I've ever seen. But the double AT guns, you know, they can always just get you a win. Back into the game. Doesn't take much to, you know, if you hit a mine, you get snared. AT guns can eat a medium tank for lunch. Ooh, that could have been nasty. Did I hit the telephone pole? That's a sturdy telephone pole. Didn't even get tilted. Taking a huge high explosive shell there. Made them bear back in those days, you know. Yeah, I was going to say before, it's strange that Deathcore keeps going. Oh, speaking of AAT guns with the snare. Before it doesn't get much damage done there. A bit strange that he's continuing to go for Fallschirmjäger. I think Obers is just a better option generally once you have access to them. Maybe you want to go for Fallschirmjäger if you want to make use of their camouflage. Maybe if you're up against like snipers, something like that. We heard the announcer, Alpern in some deep trouble, 100 VPs remaining. There we go, T-34 on the battlefield finally. He's got quite a lot of manpower floating here as well. I could go for another tank immediately, whereas Deathcore has been bleeding like crazy. The last few minutes, just taking heavy casualties. Sometimes running into conscripts behind heavy cover, stuff like that. Tremendous amount of manpower bleed. Deathcore.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Over the last couple minutes. T-gun already in position. Panzer IV thinking about going in for the chase down. It's a little bit too slow. Looks coming in from the side. He really wants to just like catch these ET guns out of position here. Get the kill on them, but very hard to. AAT guns attack ground. Ooh, both missing, and what was the T-34 doing there? Coming forwards on one shot from death, was it? Maybe it was two shots and the Zis got the damage. I thought it was one shot though. Greedy stuff there from Alpern, trying to get the kill on the Panzer IV. And now walking Stuka is going to be the option for Deathcore. That's a fair idea. Counter both the AAT guns and the Dishka. Alpern has to be desperate on the VPs, trying to get some capping going on both of those at the moment. Well, the T-34 rolling through for Alpern. He was a little bit late starting it though. But you know, if Deathcore proceeds to miss his next 3 walking Stuka barrages, that's his investment for that kind of time period in terms of vehicles. So that does give Alpern a window to get back in the game. And that was another Dishka getting dropped in there by Alpern. Before heading to the south, T-34's there. Now I imagine the next unit for Alpern is going to be an Su-85. Like a bit more mobile than the double Zis that can deal with the Panzer IV. He's already got pretty decent anti-infantry with the SVT conscripts, T-34 and the double Dishkas. T-34 bouncing the first shot coming around the corner. Oh, but the double Zis are there. Fortunately, jump out to try to get the snare off. Bit of a crush action there from the T-34. Deathcore a little bit late on the retreat. And here we go. Walking Stuka coming in on the AT guns, it sounded like. Sounds like Alpern didn't hear that. One of them does get destroyed. And there we go. T-34 goes down. Deathcore getting the kill there. Very well executed. Trying to like bait Alpern with the Panzer IV to keep his AT guns in position. And I suppose we were far enough back that it was kind of hard to hear the walking Stuka going off there. Oh. If he can somehow come forwards and kill these decrewed weapons, that would be huge, but doesn't look like it. No, maybe the T-34 is going through. The looks should be just like right on top of this, just trying to finish off the job on all of this stuff. I feel like that's a huge mistake here from Deathcore, not bringing looks over to finish the job on these team weapons. It's going to take engine damage on the Panzer IV. Could go down here to the Zis. So setting up. Doesn't quite get the shot off. He crews the second Zis. This time the other Zis goes down. Imagine if the looks was here for all of this. This would be GG already. It seems like he's just trying to micro his tank. It's all he can focus on right now. Okay, looks coming across now. Doing something now. AT gun still decrewed, and he's gone for the kill on one. And comes a fresh T-34 now with all this mucking around. Stuka also just about ready to fire. And he kills both the AT guns. So he bring in this... No, he didn't even bring in the ZIS for that assist. I'm very surprised he managed to kill the second one that quickly. He's got pretty good luck. And here we go. T-34 is hungry for some revenge. We do have the AT gun back there to protect the looks. No snaring squads nearby though. This is vetting up nicely. Nearly vet 3 on that now. Looks like Deathcore though, he has taken quite a lot of squad losses. A bit light on infantry. Going for another Panzer IV, which is an okay choice. Generally, you know, up against airborne troops, you kind of don't want to go for something like the King Tiger. Just so vulnerable to a ram plus rocket run. Just stick with the smaller tanks. Better chance of dodging that. Oof, nearly took down the Dishka there with that walking Stuka. Another good one. 12 kills after 2 barrages. Really good start. Deathcore. Looks his big brother is back there. Panzer IV, but is he going to lose it here? T-34, I think it's... Ooh! Thought it was going to be out of range. It's been a max range shot connecting there. A little bit lucky, honestly. And the Panzer IV not chasing in, not getting aggressive. Combat Engineer goes down to the flak base. Slight mistake there. SVT conscripts on top of the ZIS. Oh boy. No machine gun upgrade still on the Panzer IV here. One of the first things I do, always. So he loses the veterancy on the ZIS. That's a bit of a shame. And the Panzer IV can afford to be aggressive. You have to remember that all of the opponent's ZIS have been destroyed. And that was a sneaky move from Elpern. Oh man, did this go down? He just left it here, didn't retreat. And Deathcore seems to have a lot of issues, like multitasking, when in these kind of battles he just constantly just forgets about units in other parts of the map when a heated fight is on. And now it looks like he's about to turn over his ZIS to the opponent. Doesn't look like it's going to get a shot in though, and Panzer IV coming forward to try and hold on to it. No, he's backing away for repairs. Ready to try and guard it here, or at least kill it. Looks like Elpern was considering killing it. Yeah, he's just going to outright kill it and go for mass tanks himself. And look at this. Deathcore has no infantry left now. The squad preservation has been shocking. It's not like these have been like particularly good wipes by his opponent. Not like they're doing something tricky like grenade into his retreat or bringing a squad on a wraparound, hitting them on negative cover. It's just like late retreats, just outright forgetting about squads. Very sloppy stuff. You expect to see maybe 1 or 2 of those a match. Oh. This has been so many now. And there goes another one. That one understandable. T-34 got some good hits in. Always risky running around a squad on that amount of health. At this point in the match. Doesn't matter if they're 5 models. Especially with the machine guns on the T-34, so good at chopping down low health units. Don't have to rely on the main gun getting a lucky hit. There we go, 2v1 T-34s versus the Panzer IV. Is this T-34 going to survive one more shot? T-4 misses anyway, goes in for the ram with the vetted up one. And the rocket run coming through. T-34 goes down, but will the Panzer IV, he brought in the rockets from the wrong side, and they were badly targeted. Panzer IV gets away. Did get the engine damage critical though, so can't come in to assist against this T-34. And now we've got airborne assault by Death Note coming through in the center. T-34 on the run. Death Note, oh, Deathcore rather. I said Death Note. Oh, going hunting. Looking for the Fallschirmjäger kill. And he gets it. Another squad down. Deathcore has almost nothing left now. Is that a fresh squad of Fallschirmjäger as well? I think it was. Before, a little bit risky. Exposing exit routes for the T-34. He finds the position. He threads the needle and Deathcore down here trying to look for it. But he went back through the center. Usually that wouldn't work, but because Deathcore just has no infantry, nothing to spot for the T-34, so planes didn't end up locking on to T-34, so got away just fine. E4 could still potentially, you know, go for a base assault. Try find the low half T-34, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. Deathcore going to go for the cap. Elpern down to 31 VPs. Doesn't take much to lose the game from that position, and here comes a good walking Stuka barrage. Almost takes down a whole conscript there. He's been on point with the walking Stukas, I'll give him that. T-34 for Elpern. Another Panzer IV for Deathcore. So let's see how this one goes. Infantry edge is definitely on side of Elpern. And having snares does make for a big difference in tank-on-tank combat. Just opens up so many more opportunities. But Elpern is also quite low on munitions, which is kind of rare for this commander. There's been the use of a demo charge, which is not too commonly seen. Oh, big shot from the Panzer IV there. Nearly vet 2 after that. Before going Fallschirmjäger hunting again. The double Panzer IV is coming down looking for the kill. This bounce. T-34 coming in on the rear armor here. Bounces and misses, and snares not getting the engine damage. Bounce on the T-34. So many bounces and misses. Panzer IV is feeling bold. Going for a bit of a split push here. Going hunting for this one. Should pop the blitz. And man, just every time Deathcore has to do any multitasking, he loses his stern pioneers now. Takes down that T-34. And this one trying to bait the Panzer IV over the demo. And that's a demo and a mine. And he gets the penetrating shot for the killing blow. Elpern, wow. Oh, walking Stoker. And both armies are running on fumes right here. And smoke to cover the capture. Deathcore, man, I think I've been calling him Death Note a few more times. Down to 120 VPs himself, so he's also in a tough spot. Got a grenade into the smoke. Good connection. The smoke wears off, and now the Fallschirmjäger on negative cover, taking a lot of damage. Make it out. Fallschirmjäger in the south. He's shut down by another Dishka. Looks for the neutralize at least. No. Okay, that was weird. Looks like Deathcore maybe thinking about going for another Panzer IV next. Maybe Elpern's turn the corner. He's about to get another T-34. He still has a lot of repairs required on this one though. Looks like he's not going to hang about for them, however. He's going to bring it on to the battlefield at low full health and try to set up a 2v1 scenario here. Combined with a rocket run, could win the game on the spot. T-34 coming around. P4 smells something's up. He's on the run very close to Vet 1, which could open up the blitz. Go for the ram. T-34 goes down the rockets. Oh, he got engine damage again. There we go. Panzer IV goes down, and I think that's it. Elpern, yeah. Another T-34 getting thrown onto the fire. But it seems like Deathcore just doesn't have enough units anymore. Nothing with snares as well. Just keeps dropping in Fallschirmjäger. Especially now that they don't have snares, I do question. Just the walking Stuka in the base. Nicely done by Elpern. It's a GG. Fallschirmjäger, nice crush of the final whistle by Elpern. Oh boy, Deathcore. Man. Quite a few mistakes this game. Just his multitasking when things got a bit heated was so poor. Losing the stern pioneers at the end, it was just so critical, you know? Little things like that, or the Fallschirmjäger that were just sitting in front of a Dishka for like 30 seconds down here, just went down to it. Stuff like that you kind of don't expect to see happen at this rank of play. Well done by Elpern to turn things around here when things were looking grim. But, yeah. I think it was more just to Deathcore giving up easy wipes than to like brilliant play by Elpern. He played solidly, but I think a few tech decisions from him were largely what got him into trouble in the first place. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye, and good luck.